Hey guys, I am back in Seattle, as you can tell, because the lighting sucks again. Right when I figured out how to do my lighting at my parents' house, I have to come back. Also, Chris, I tried your lens, but it just is constantly focusing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I can't get it to stop. And also, I currently have no experience with manual focus. So when I figure out manual focus, then I'll use your lens. So I realized that it is Thursday right now, and I need to get a video up by Saturday. So I thought to myself, oh dear, what kind of topics can I talk about this week? And the topic that is in my mind this week is that I like being the second flutist. How do you say this? It is not the most popular opinion. Everyone thinks that you have to be the best and that first chair is the best. However, when you get to the professional level, actually even at the collegiate level, the second flute part is not just supporting the first part, it's a part all on its own. So my first experience with a rocking second flute part was for the Rachmaninoff E minor symphony. I did not intend for that to be a pun, but I think my boyfriend has influenced me a little bit too much. I went to the Vancouver Academy Symphony Orchestra when I was 14, and everyone there was at least 7 to 8 years older than me, which is very scary for a 14-year-old, and I thought I was in the wrong room. My parents told me it was the right room. I went from playing first flute on like a really easy Mozart symphony in a very small youth symphony down in California, and then when I moved up to Vancouver, that's when I got plunged into very difficult symphonic music. I didn't play a single note in the first rehearsal because the second flute part does not play the same thing as the first flute part except the third lower. Like it doesn't do that. You don't play when the first flute and the third flute slash piccoloist plays. You have to count everything on your own. There's just 3 completely different parts altogether. Like one is not better than the other. If I remember correctly, I think the second flute part has its own solos too. So yeah, pretty scary. I think that was the point when I thought to myself, hey, the second flute part is not just harmony, it can be straight up counterpoint. I love Bach. I love, multiple voices and stuff like that, which probably explains why I like a cappella. That was sort of the start of me falling in love with the second flute parts. I kind of love sitting there and just enjoying the first flutist doing their solos while I kind of sit back and relax. When you're the second flutist in an orchestra, you're sitting smack dab in the freaking middle of the orchestra. Like you can't really get more middle than the second flutist. It is better than, any sound system that you can get. I mean, this is freaking live and you are sitting in the middle of it. Honey, just sit there and enjoy the music. Enjoy those rests. Oh, I love just sitting there, listening to everyone, and then joining in with my part. Like, I love it. The other thing with playing second flute, that is actually one of the reasons why I got a gold flute. I have a rose gold flute. Fine, I'll get it out for you guys. Alright. Here it is. I originally didn't want to take my flute out at all for this video because I'm a lazy butt like that. Here's the flute. It is rose gold, which means that it is a combination of copper and gold, 10 karat gold. Why the hell would I get a gold flute? When I was 16 years old, I went to the one and only, I think, Vancouver Flute Festival, and it was only happening because James Galway was there. So yeah, I totally met James Galway. Oh, I know, he doesn't remember me at all. It was there that I tried a gold flute for the first time. I don't even remember what brand it was. I just remember playing it and just being like, oh my god, it is just so dark and mellow. I'm not saying that this dark mellow sound is better than the more piercing, I think piercing is not the right word. The silver flutes carry a lot better than gold flutes. I fell in love with that dark sound there and I was just like, oh my god, one day I have to get a gold flute. While I was in university, I sort of became known as the chamber flutist, the collaborative flutist. I was the flutist that wanted to play with other people. I actually don't like playing solo as much as I like playing chamber, which sounds pretty weird for a flutist to say because most flutists really love the spotlight. That's just my thing. one is not better than the other. The gold sound, this dark mellowy sound, really blends in a lot better with other instruments in general, especially other flutes. I can manipulate my sound on a gold flute a lot better than on a silver flute. The only problem is that other flutists actually find it hard to tune to me. It's better if they just hold their own tuning or tone or whatever and I match them. If you have an issue with any of your flute sectional peeps and you notice that some of them have gold flutes or gold head joints, you may want to think about this concept that gold is actually the one that blends into other instruments. Just so you know. It did cost an arm and a leg. I basically got this instead of a car. I'm just gonna hold this for the rest of this video, cradling it. I still love it. I love it as much as when I first got it, which is saying a lot. I think a lot of people end up changing their flutes a lot because as you develop in your musical career, you discover yourself. So I just happened to discover very early on that I'm a chamber flutist and I've stuck with that identity. So I love playing second flute parts. I don't think that it is below a first flute part, and I'm not just saying that just because I like it. I really feel like being a second flutist is an art in its own right. Yes, you do need to learn to support, you need to learn to blend, you need to learn to make good harmony, tune very well, but then you're wearing kind of like a couple of hats because you're playing a supportive role, but then at the same time sometimes you're playing a soloistic role as well. So I kind of love being able to do multiple jobs at the same time. Please let me know in the comments below what parts in the orchestra that you like to play. Do you like to be concertmaster, or do you like to be just one of the firsts, or do you like to be a second violinist? Do you like to be the solo trumpeter first chair, or do you like to be kind of on the side? I think in an orchestra every position is just as important as each other. Let me know in the comments below which chair you like to sit in and why. And if you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for new videos every Saturday. My last video is over there, and if you want to catch me during the week, my social media network stuffs, whatever they are down there. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Bye. I originally didn't want to take my flute out at all for this video because I'm a lazy like that. Oh, am I supposed to say that? I'm a lazy crap. But, yes, but I'm a lazy butt like that.